Welcome to the REHAU Smart Control System Configurator. Today, we will be reviewing how to create and change conditional procedures. After logging in with your administrator credentials, you will be brought to the System Configurator page. On the left side of the page, click on Conditional Procedures. There are 4 different ways to use conditional procedures. You can create alerts, calculations, or demands, or you can execute a macro. We will cover these different ways to use a conditional procedures, beginning with creating an alert. Select Add a Conditional Procedure. First, you must name your conditional procedure, and then give it a description. The description is important because it explains the alert. Next, you must define the criteria. On the table of choices, you have access to all of your zones, control devices, and source devices. Click inside the expression box. Choose your data point. Then click Add Selected Field to Expression. It is very important to use the keyboard to do any mathematical procedure or any comparison to the data you just added in the criteria field. This will help ensure that proper syntax is used. You will be creating a logic-based operation using logical operators ands and ors. As an example, let's make an expression for a low temperature alert. Title it Alert for Low Temperature in the House. In the description box, add a low temperature alert for the dining room, kitchen, or living room. Bring in the temperature values for the 3 zones and link them together with ORs. Set the comparison to less than 50 degrees. If this condition is true for 60 seconds, the system will send a warning message alert using the description field from the alert. In the previous example, a warning message was defined. However, there are 3 different types of messages that can be sent as an alert. An information alert is sent one time. A warning alert is sent on 2 consecutive days. An error alert is sent every day until the expression you created becomes false. Once false, the alerts stop until the expression becomes true again, at which point alerts will again be sent every day. Once you are done, click Add and your conditional procedure has been created. Selecting In Dashboard will ensure that your conditional procedure pops up in your Selected Values tab. When your system sends an alert, it must be acknowledged. To learn about acknowledging alerts, see our end-user instructional video, Alerts. You can also use a conditional procedure to perform a calculation, such as finding the average temperature for a floor. This can later be used as a set point for something such as a zone. Let's look at a conditional procedure that finds the average temperature of the main floor of a home. This conditional procedure brings in the temperature sensors from the kitchen, living room, and family room and averages them. The comparator is left blank, so that the numeric result of the calculation is simply stored and not converted to a Boolean value. A conditional procedure can also create a demand. This is a logical trigger for a control device or a zone. It can also be integrated into the demand of a domestic hot water heater or any other device that needs a demand. In this example, we are making sure that the domestic hot water does not turn on without people being home. The conditional procedure checks this by looking at the house occupied/unoccupied universal registers and ensures they are in the correct modes before turning on. Remember, it is very important to use the keyboard to do any mathematical procedure or any comparison to the data you just added in the criteria field. This will help ensure that proper syntax is used. Lastly, a conditional procedure can also execute a macro. Here, we are looking at whether or not the emergency generator is on. If it is, then a macro is executed that sets the set points in the house to lower temperatures to conserve the energy the generator is creating. To edit any of your existing procedures, click on the name and the edit screen will pop up. Make sure to check out our additional REHAU Smart Controls instructional videos.